4 workers dead as building under construction collapses in Lagos State. Nigerian governors hold closed-door meeting amid planned protest. Corporate Affairs Commission deletes companies dormant for 10 years. And on the foreign scene, military helicopter crashes in Russia, crew dead. Hello, welcome to News Update here on Trust TV. I am Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news. 4 workers died in a building construction collapse on Thursday at 13 Wilson Mba Street, Arowo Jobo Estate, Maryland, Lagos. Lagos State Emergency Management Agency boss Olufemi Damilola Oke confirmed the development in a statement. The emergency responders said 5 persons, all adult males, were rescued alive from the building collapse site. Now, according to the statement, search and rescue operations began immediately and 4 adult males were recovered dead, while 4 adult females rescued alive and 1 adult male trapped under the rubble was rescued alive by the Lasema and the Lagos State Fire Service. Lasema excavator has been deployed to accelerate the search and rescue operations. Meanwhile, governors from the 36 states of the Federation on Wednesday night gathered in Abuja, the nation's capital, for a crucial meeting weeks after the Supreme Court granted financial autonomy to the local government areas in the country. Now, under the aegis of Nigerian Governors Forum, they met at the NGF Secretariat in Abuja. The agenda of the meeting was not made public and they did not brief the media after the meeting ended. The meeting ended early Thursday. Those physically present at the venue are Governors Lawal Dauda of Zamfara, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi, Caleb Muftwank of Plateau, Sheriff Oborovori of Delta, and Alex Oti of Abia State. The governors of Enugu, Peter Mba, and Borno State, Babangana Zulum, sent their deputies to represent them. Meanwhile, ahead of the planned protest nationwide over economic hardship in the country, the military has warned organizers of the protest against any form of violence. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, at a press briefing in Abuja on Thursday, warned that the military do not allow anarchy to befall Nigeria. He hinted that organizers of the planned protest intend to replicate the recent protest-turn-anarchy demonstration in the East African country, Kenya. General Buba said although citizens have a right to ventilate their grievances, the military won't condone any form of violent gatherings or protest. He added that the military has uncovered plots by unscrupulous elements to hijack the protest and turn it into a violent one by attacking innocent Nigerians and their businesses. Moving on, the joint security forces comprising the military and the vigilantes have reportedly neutralized unspecified number of bandits at the Kundu village, Zungeru, Tegina Road, Rafi local government area of Niger State. Reports said the operation took place on Wednesday morning, creating panic at the Zungeru Wednesday market as some residents fled their homes due to gunshots residents said lasted for several hours. The bandits were said to be crossing road in their numbers at Kundu village, Rafi local government to Akara axis in Wushishi local government when military ambushed them, leading to casualties on the side of bandits. A military officer said soldiers had information of the movement of adversaries and tracked their movements before ambushing them. The Niger State Commissioner for Homeland Security, Brigadier General Bello Abdullahi Mohammed, confirmed the incident but did not give details of the success. He applauded the military and other security operatives for their commitment to securing the farming communities in the states. The Medical Guild of Lagos State has called on the government to pay the reviewed consolidated medical salary structure allowances of doctors or prepare for crisis. The Medical Guild is an association of doctors in Lagos State employment. A statement signed by the chairman Medical Guild Maruf Abdusalam on Wednesday said CONMES was implemented for federal counterpart, with its accrued arrears from July 2023. The Guild also requested demotion of specialist consultant as a result of incorrect step entry points into the public service, saying this had led to loss of income, low morale, and lack of interest from prospective specialists in joining the state. Abdulsalam appealed to the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to avert an avoidable grand landscape crisis in the health sector and urgently implement the above proposed incentive for the health sector of Lagos State. The Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, says it will delist companies that have not filed their annual report in a decade. In a statement on Wednesday, the Commission said the full list of the dormant companies was available on its website. Now, according to the statement, the Commission, pursuant to its powers contained in Section 692, subsection 3 and 4 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act No. 3 of 2020, intends to strike off from the register names of defunct or dormant companies that have not filed annual returns for a period of 10 years. The Commission gave the companies 90 days from the date of the statement to file all outstanding returns so as to remove their names from the list. Also, the Central Bank of Nigeria has sold one-year Treasury bills at a stop rate of 22.1% during its July 2024 auction. This move reflects the central bank's ongoing efforts to manage liquidity and control inflation in the economy. According to the auction result, the total amount offered by the CBN in this auction was 277.96 billion naira, spread across different tenors. This represents an increase of 21.53% from 229.72 billion naira offered in the previous auction of June 26, 2024. The total subscription amount for these tenors combined was up to 373.95 billion naira, exceeding the amounts offered and reflecting strong investors' confidence and demand for government securities. In a significant move to boost agricultural productivity and ensure food security, Jigawa State Government has initiated the distribution and sales of fertilizers to farmers for the 2024 rainy season. The official flag-off ceremony took place today, marking a critical step in supporting local farmers and enhancing agricultural outputs. The report.
Farmers in Jigawa State will be able to purchase fertilizer at a heavily subsidized rate of 28,000 naira per bag. This subsidy reduces the cost by 12,000 naira than the market price of 40,000 naira per bag, making it more accessible for small-scale farmers and promoting increased agricultural activities in the region. In addition to the state government's efforts, the federal government has contributed significantly by providing 80 trucks of fertilizer free of charge to the state. This generous allocation aims to further support the agricultural sector, helping farmers increase crop yields and contributing to the overarching goal of national food security. Governor Umar Namadi, who presided over the flag-off ceremony, emphasized the importance of its initiative for the state's economy and the livelihoods of its farmers.
Let me categorically warn that any participation of middlemen to deliberately jack up the price will not be tolerated and will be considered as an act of sabotage. We have therefore instructed all the appropriate agencies to be vigilant and promptly report or take action on any sharp practices meant to sabotage our effort to support the multitude of small farmers in the state. The committee is expected to do as follows. 1. Ensure the commodity reaches the practicing farmers. 2. Ensure effective supervision that the fertilizer do not move outside Jigawa State. Report action of middlemen to security agencies and do any other measures or take any other measures that will improve the conduct of the exercise. To launch the sales and distribution of MPK fertilizers at a subsidized price of 28,000 naira per bag by justice.
Farmers expressed their gratitude for the support, stating the subsidy on fertilizer will significantly alleviate their financial burdens and enable them to cultivate more farmland. The Jigawa State government's proactive measures and the federal government support underscores a collaborative effort to strengthen Nigeria's agricultural sector, ensuring sustainable food production and economic growth for the nation.
This is News Updates coming to you from Trust TV. Coming up after the break, economic hardship forced children to quit school and take up menial jobs to survive. This and more when we return. Do stay. You are welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Updates coming to you from Trust TV. Now let us take a look at our headline stories again. 4 workers dead as building under construction collapses in Lagos State. Nigerian governors hold closed-door meeting amid planned protest. Now moving on, in a determined effort to combat malaria, Governor Umar Nabadi of Jigawa State officially launched the 2024 Integrated Seasonal Malaria Chemo Prevention Insecticide Treated Net and End-of-Life Net campaign. The flag of ceremony took place in Katanga Town, Kiyawa, marking a significant step in the state's public health initiative. The reports.
The program, organized by the Jigawa State Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health, the Malaria Consortium, and other malaria partners, aims to provide extensive malaria prevention resources across the state. Under this initiative, 3.4 million insecticide-treated nets will be distributed alongside the availability of 6.8 million doses of anti-malaria medicine. These resources will be distributed across all 27 local government areas of Jigawa State. During the ceremony, Governor Namadi emphasized the importance of this campaign in reducing the prevalence of malaria, a disease that continues to pose a significant health threat in the region. He lauded the collaborative efforts of all partners involved and reiterated the state government's commitment to improving healthcare outcomes for its citizens.
As we conduct the formal flag off of the distribution of 3.2 million insecticide-treated bed nets and seasonal malaria chemo prevention campaign with the 6.8 million doses of SPAC anti-malaria will be provided, I will urge the people to take full advantage of the interventions by the state government and the Global Fund to ensure that the net are effectively used within household to get the necessary protection from that malaria-causing female Anopheles mosquitoes. When afflicted, people should also promptly visit the nearest healthcare facility to be tested and treated promptly. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful, flag of the statewide distribution of 3.2 million insecticide-treated bed net and the supply of 6.8 million doses of SPAC anti-malaria as part of the seasonal malaria chemo prevention campaign for the year 2024 with the support of Global Fund.
The provision of seasonal malaria chemo prevention will help protect vulnerable populations, particularly children under 5, who are most at risk of severe malaria.
In coming here, the road that is leading to the Model Primary Health Center, I don't have to tell His Excellency, I promise the people of Katanga that in the next number of primary health care facilities to be upgraded, the one here to my right will be the one upgraded. And I'm sure the Commissioner of Works have seen the road from the road here leading to this Model Primary Health Care Center.
As the campaign rolls out, it is expected to significantly reduce the incidence of malaria, contributing to the overall well-being and productivity of the population. Governor Namadi called on all residents to actively participate in the campaign, stressing that community involvement is crucial for the success of this vital health initiative. The flag-off ceremony was attended by key stakeholders, including representatives for the Federal Ministry of Health, the Malaria Consortium, local government officials, and community leaders. The presence underscored the collective resolve to tackle malaria and enhance public health in Jigawa State.
According to the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, Nigeria's 18.3 million out-of-school children is the highest globally. The report said only 63% of primary school-age children regularly attend school, while 84% of children transit to junior secondary education after completing primary school. These numbers cut across all genders at both primary and secondary school levels. In this report, Trust TV's Noel Sampson examines rationale behind these huge statistics.
Nafiu Alaji and Mohammed Abdurazak are of school age, but are instead engaged in menial jobs on the streets and the suburbs of the Federal Capital Territory. They said they're on the streets to fend for themselves as their parents cannot afford to send them to school. I don't have a means of livelihood. How do you expect me to go to school when I can't even eat? The reason why I push wheelbarrow is because I want to feed myself. I was a student before, but I had to quit the school because my parents can't afford my school fees. This is the only way that I can survive. This school administrator said government has a duty to provide free education from primary to secondary school for every Nigerian child.
We need to criminalize child labor in the country such that every age group that are meant to be in school, they are forced to be in school. Then parents that do not take those kind of children to school, we need to be able to arrest them and prosecute them. Access to school, access to education is a very important step towards addressing the issue. And the first is that if you go to so many communities, you'll see, even here in the FCT, the outskirts, you will see so many communities without schools there. It's either they don't have primary school, they don't have secondary school. As a result, the children in those communities, they don't have access to education. And the other part is that even the transportation system, some may have schools in maybe 2-3 communities. After, there is no means to convey the children from that community to the school where they are expected to continue their education.
Lack of education deprives children the opportunity to contribute to the development and growth of their communities.
The United Nations and media stakeholders from around the world are meeting in Kigali, Rwanda's capital, to develop an action plan to enhance the UN's framework on preventing hate speech and violence that could lead to genocide. The UN Office on Genocide Prevention and Responsibility to Protect, in partnership with the International Residual Mechanism for Criminal Tribunals, Aegis Trust, La Francophone, and Templeton World Charity Foundation, organized a workshop to address the prevalence of hate speeches across the world. Ado Musa, who is attending the workshop, files in this report.
To further prevent hate speech and incitement that could lead to genocide, experts, editors, and journalists are in Kigali Genocide Memorial Center to share their experiences and expertise on consequences of hate speeches. According to the organizers, the media, including print and electronic outlets, were deliberately used to perpetrate the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, 1995 massacre in Srebrenica, and 2014 genocide against Yazidi minority religion, and therefore saw the need to draw the attention of the media actors in countering hate speech globally.
This country is extremely important to have the conversation we are having right now, a conversation on how do you counter hate speech, working with media, including journalists and other actors. How do you counter and address hate speech? What does it mean when you find hate speech in your face? How do you address it? What does it mean when a journalist is working in all these places and they encounter hate speech? What do they need to do? So we are here developing this policy document under the guidance of the journalists. We are drawing from expertise from all over the world, very rich expertise, very diverse perspectives. And from those diverse and rich perspectives, then we will have a policy document for the world, not for Rwanda, for the world, on how the media, including journalists, can work to counter and prevent hate speech that could lead to genocide.
With hate speech can be an international crime, in particular if it's incitement, public incitement to commit genocide, which is an international crime prohibited by the Genocide Convention, but also by the Rome Statute creating the ICC and by the statutes of the ad hoc tribunal for Rwanda and former Yugoslavia. But it can also, hate speech can also be considered as an international crime if it's considered as a crime against humanity.
What are the expectations from the conference?
And my expectation for this workshop is to meet people from all over the world, really share our local expertise, experience, learn from each other, and be able to come up with tools that will be useful for all of us to combat and prevent hate speech in our local and on an international context.
The outcome of the event is that as an experts we can give, we have been able to give UN some input in view of prevent genocide within, let's say, a modern information ecosystem where the key issues are social media and generative AI.
Enhancing understanding of the media stakeholders, including journalists, about the causes and impact of hate speech and incitement and their dynamics is one of the objectives of the workshop. From Kigali, Ado Musa reporting for Trust TV.
Now moving over to stories outside the shores of Nigeria, an Mi-28 military helicopter has crashed in an uninhabited area of northwestern Russia, killing the crew. Two Russian news agencies said preliminary information, a technical malfunction caused the disaster. The helicopter crashed in the forest about 160 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Meanwhile, flash floods and landslide triggered by heavy rain have killed 7 people in northern Vietnam and swept away homes. Disaster officials and state media said on Thursday that 5 people died in Son La and 2 people were killed in Dien Bien following the downpours. Rescue workers are also searching for 10 others reported missing in the mountainous provinces. According to Tre newspaper, flash floods had early Thursday swept away 10 houses and damaged 8 homes in Muang Pong commune of Dien Bien province. It has rained heavily in northern Vietnam since Tuesday, and many areas, including the outskirts of the capital Hanoi, are filled with muddy water. Now in sport, following the record-setting FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand 2023, 1,041 clubs from 48 FIFA member associations across all 6 confederations are to receive a share of the revenue for the release of players who participated in the tournament. Going by the final list of players submitted by the Nigerian Football Federation to the tournament, 2 domestic club sides, Abia Angels and River Angels, will profit from the $11 million largesse. The funds have been made available via FIFA's Club Benefits Program, which was introduced ahead of the FIFA Women's World Cup France 2019 to recognize the fundamental role the club plays in developing players. The total amount committed to clubs that released and or trained the stars of women football rose to $11.3 million for the 2023 edition of the FIFA Women's World Cup, from $8.48 million 4 years earlier. Andy Murray has withdrawn from the tennis singles at Paris Olympics, but will still take part in the doubles, the 2-time gold medalist said on Thursday. The British former world number 1, who will retire at the end of his 5th games, has not fully recovered from back surgery he had last month. He believes the men's double, where he's playing with Dan Evans, offers his best chance of another medal. Murray won gold in singles in London in 2012 and Rio 4 years later, as well as silver in mixed doubles with Laura Robinson in 2012. His withdrawal means his final singles match was his brief second-round appearance at Queen's Club against Jordan Thompson last month, before he was forced to pull out because of a spinal cyst. With that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news, for more programs, and for more documentaries. I am Lilian Ogazi. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.